I want you to go away and find out facts about pants. You've got 30 minutes to find out the best facts you can find out about trousers, long johns, the things you wear on your lower half. Off you go.
Big Fact Hunt!
Hello, my big fact hunters. As is traditional, over the last 30 minutes, you've gone away and found out the best facts you could about sneens, jeans, maybe even jorts. And I'd like you to lay your trouser-related facts on me. So to start us off, Tom, would you give us a fact about what you've got on down below?
Let me tell you, sir, about exploding pants.
Whoa, huge stuff.
Let me tell you about the famous story of the exploding trousers of New Zealand, featured on Mythbusters.
Also featured in every first year law class in Otago.
I don't think they get that horny. So there was, in the 1930s, there was a string of reports of farmers reporting that their pants had spontaneously burst into flames. And this might be on the line. This might be while they were wearing them. And it was a bit of a mystery. And people were trying to figure out exactly what it was. And Mythbusters took it on and decided to take a look. And someone wrote a history of it and got an Ig Nobel Prize for it, called The Significance of Mr. Richard Buckley's Exploding Trousers. And they figured it out. They figured out what did it. And there was a chemical called sodium chlorate that they used to spray on ragwort. And sodium chlorate, if you are a chemist, and I'm not a chemist, but I do know about chlorate. Chlorate.
T for trousers.
So it gets on the cotton or the wool, so the organic material, and kind of because it's a really powerful oxidizer, it starts to react. And so when there's heat or kind of any kind of friction applied, it bursts into flames. So you basically make gun cotton on your pants.
Wait,
Wow.
I've got a question. This is amazing, Tom. Jen, question for you. Why is that part of every law?
I'm going to get in trouble for not remembering this. I think it's to do with the tort of negligence. I just distinctly remember our lecturer going off on this rant about you would obviate this problem if you washed your trousers between buying them and wearing them for the first time. Right. But then he was like, but that's no fun. One of the best joys in life is putting on pants straight out of the packet.
Yeah.
And the whole auditorium just being like, yeah, wait, what?
But also, how is this like an exploding like, is it like your pants just keep exploding?
This was the same lecturer in law class that you would bring beer to every year, because there's a famous case called Donahue and Stevenson about a woman who drinks a bottle of ginger beer and it turns out there's a decomposing snail in the bottom of the glass.
Whoa.
And the ginger beer manufacturer was found to owe her a duty of care, even though her friend bought the bottle and she didn't buy it and pay for it, but they still owed her a duty of care not to have decomposing snails in their ginger beer.
Man, that's old school, eh?
Yeah.
I'd be like, because I'm an optimist, I'd be like, oh, free snail. This must be a French ginger beer.
Subsidiary question, Mr. Adams. These farmers, was this sodium chloride? Was this from fertilizer?
No, this was for spray for ragwort. So none of you guys are agriculturally in mind. I live, next to many farms, and ragwort is a bit of a problem pest, and so they're spraying the sodium chlorate on there. Probably don't do that much anymore, but yeah.
So my point with that was, it would be funny if it came from top dressing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Wait, why would that be funny?
Yeah. So top dressing is when you use planes to spread fertilizer or things on farms.
But when you put on pants, traditionally you're bottom dressing, unless you're wearing them on your head.
Oh, I get it now. That's very good, Kenny. You should get a point for that.
I'll give myself a point for that.
So it's 1 point for Kenny, 0 points for the rest of us.
Jen, what have you got in your pants-related facts?
Jesus Christ, Kenny.
I have pandering in my pants. Did you know that SpongeBob SquarePants is stealth marine biology?
Yes, I do know this, Jen, because we covered this in the podcast we did on sponges.
On SpongeBob SquarePants.
It was on sponges.
On sponges, sorry. So Stephen Hillenburg, who is the creator of SpongeBob SquarePants, had several jobs before he became a professional, awesome cartoon guy. And one of those was as the marine biology teacher at the Orange County Marine Institute in California in the United States of America. And as part of that role in the late 1980s, he created a comic book called The Intertidal Zone, which is a terrible name for a comic book. And a lot of the characters from SpongeBob have their first appearance in that comic book. And it was designed just to kind of teach people about things in a fun way. But some of those aspects have actually... Oh, yes, sorry, Sam, yes?
Did you know that Orange County is where Disneyland is?
I'm glad we managed to crowbar that in there early.
Continue on.
But many of the characters in SpongeBob SquarePants are like have aspects of real marine life that you would find in a benthic zone, which is what Bikini Bottom is. So, as an example, Patrick, much like a real starfish, is prone to fits of aggression, which is apparently genuinely one of their character traits.
Yeah, I got punched by a starfish once.
Mrs. Puff, who's the long-suffering driving school instructor, inflates, as pufferfish are wont to do when she's startled or upset. And Plankton, like real plankton, is a terrible cook.
I have a jar of plankton. In my house.
How many times has it tried to steal your secret recipe?
So, despite Pants not featuring beyond the first line of that,
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Kenny, can I hijack Jen's fact? Because I feel like she's left off some very pertinent pandering.
Yeah, depending on how good it is, I'll either make this your next fact or just give you another fact.
I don't even want this to be my next fact because I've got thousands of great facts about this, but I want to hijack this one because the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants is a man called Tom Kenny. Tom Kenny.
I'm Tom.
Yes, and Kenny's Kenny. But here's the thing where it gets crazy. So he was also the voice of Spyro the Dragon. Do you remember Spyro the Dragon?
Mm-hmm. On PlayStation.
Yeah. But Kenny, here's the thing. Tom Kenny's birthday is the 13th of July, which is 10 days after your birthday. But here's the actual thing that I'm building up to. He's Tom James Kenny. You're Nathan James Kenny.
James Kenny.
You share 2/3 of the name with SpongeBob SquarePants, the wearer of famous square pants, and Jen didn't even mention that.
That is a very good bonus fact there, Sam. And I'm going to give you another point because I also wear pants. Sam, it's over to you for your official trousers fact now, if that's okay.
So I looked up about the best kind of pants in the world, corduroy trousers. And I found out that corduroy is French for cord of roy. Cord du roy. Roy means kings. It's the cord of kings. Corduroy are the trousers of kings. And I was like, I better find an example of this. And not only did I find the best example ever, this is going to win this episode. Michael Jackson wore corduroy in the music video for Smooth Criminal. And what's his nickname? The King of Pop. I'll take the win. Thank you very much.
That is a fantastic fact. And you didn't even mention the whole corduroy, why do people wear it so they can hear themselves coming thing. So you left it on the table.
I spent a long time trying to figure out if there was an official name for the sound that corduroy pants make, because I was like, it's got to have a name, and it doesn't. And I'm so upset about it. I'm so upset that there's not an official name for that sound.
Kenny, the reason I didn't say that is because every time I wear my corduroy trousers, you tell me that joke. So I've heard it maybe 1,000 times.
Next up, Jen, could you tell us your next trouser-related fact, please?
I will. Did you know that horses invented trousers?
What?
Explain how.
So I wanted to find out the first recorded instance of trouser pants. And the earliest record is from Greek geographers in the 6th century BCE, and they noted it in Persian, Eastern and Central Asian horse riders. And the idea was that the trousers allowed you to sit more comfortably on the horse and move more with the rhythm of the horse. And I say geographers, these are the same people who were reporting about, unicorns and magical phoenix creatures that would be reborn from flame. So they're not super reliable, but the trouser thing seems legit.
Yeah.
I should point out, only a couple of 100 years later, they were also reliably confirming the Amazon women who lived on the mythical island of Themyscira, but they were also wearing trousers. So gender equality in trousers has been a thing since the very beginning.
I know them from that Futurama episode.
Yeah.
Wait, so horses invented trousers?
Yeah.
Nice, cool.
There's actually just a very important question that is not a fact, but it's something for us to discuss. If centaurs wear pants, do they wear them across their 4 horse legs, or do they wear them across the back 2 horse legs?
See, my theory about this is that trousers are predominantly a genital containment system. So they wear
not
them
yours, not mine,
the
maybe.
Yeah, we've been meaning to talk to you about that, Tom. There's a ASOS order on its way. So I think they wear them over the back legs and then halfway up the torso.
Yeah,
but
the horse torso, not the human torso.
But by your own discussion here, surely like horse pants, like pants were designed for horses and the protection of the legs against the horses. So maybe when they wear the pants, it basically inverts the centaur and it kills them. I'm just saying.
Tell you what, Tom, you wear crotchless chaps on a horse with no underwear, and you tell me how happy you are after, let's say, 40 minutes.
Have you seen the smile on my face, Jen? That should tell you everything you need to know.
For sure.
I always liked the idea of a centaur, but it was an all human, but the inside was a horse. It's just really, really tight.
I feel like a centaur should have 100 legs.
Yeah.
The centipede.
Yes.
The human centipede. It's 100 centaurs.
They'd need to be on a slope, though, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah. They can only walk up a hill.
Yeah, but not down, as was established.
Sam, would you please be able to give us a fact?
I also want to give you a fact about arseless chaps, because it turns out there aren't arsed chaps. That's not a thing. Arseless chaps and are based on chaps, which are like a belt you wear that then has bits that go out to the sides of your legs that protect your legs. So
from horses
while you're riding horses, which is again weird that Jen didn't include this in her fact. I'm somewhat hijacking her fact. Anyway, it comes from chaps is short for a word which I think is pronounced chaparejos. Chaparejos.
Friend of the show, Chaparejos.
El Chaparejos. Which might be Mexican, but it could be Spanish and it could be Latin or French. I don't know. I didn't look that up.
Spanish.
But it does mean legs of iron. Oh. So it's all about protecting your legs. If you are getting crotchless chaps or arseless chaps, you are just getting chaps. You don't need to say arseless. Better living, everyone.
To do that.
Tom, could you please give us another pants fact, please?
In California, you are expressly protected your right to wear pants. In fact, it specifically says that in the Californian discrimination form, it has an option for being denied the right to wear pants.
What?
It is expressly forbidden that anyone should be refused to permit an employee to not wear pants. So basically,
you're allowed to not wear pants. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you are not required to wear pants
in all of California.
Yeah,
and we're talking about trouser pants, not British. Sorry.
You are. No employer can force you to not wear pants.
Can it force you to not wear pants? So the employer can't be like, "Hey, can you whip your pants off?"
Yeah, or like more like you have to wear a skirt. I think is the main one.
Oh.
So women, yeah.
Kenny, I feel like Tom should lose points for this. That was too confusing and took us 5 minutes to determine what he was on about.
Imagine a bunch of people rocking up in their grundies and just being like, "No, I'm just gonna do my operation in my undies today, thanks."
You cannot be forced to wear pants in California.
You cannot be forced not to wear pants.
You can't not be
unforced to not wear
pants.
Yeah. It is. Okay. I mean, it's not my fault. This is confusing. It's the state of California.
Somewhere in there is a pants-related fact. Sam, would you be able to give us another trouser, pants, shorts-related fact, please?
We're going on a journey, everyone. Strap in. Okay. Ooh. So I was thinking about jeans. Who's the most famous person who wears jeans? His name is Jean Valjean. That reminded me of jeans. So then I was thinking about Was he actually from? Was the character Jean Valjean? He's French. Is he from Nîmes, where denim comes from? I thought that would be amazing if it was, but then I got distracted because I found out. I was like, you know, in the barricade, like they've got a barricade thing during Les Mis that they all are like fighting at, and a bunch of them get killed and stuff. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Les Mis. It's really good. You should watch it. But I was like, where is that? I've been to France. I might have been there. It's in Paris. So I looked up where it is, and it's at the intersection of, okay, I'm going to say how it's written, Saint Martin and Saint Mary streets, or the intersection of Rue Saint-Martin and Saint-Marie, I presume. So I was like, where is that? Have I been there? And it turns out I have. It's the Pompidou Centre. I'm not sure if you've ever been there.
Wow.
The Pompidou Centre, Kenny. Yeah. And so
Inside out, it's spinning me.
At the barricades, there were students and they were fighting with their guns. Pow, pow, pow.
I'd like to point out quickly that Sam has now crossed the line into the point of being more confusing than my last fact.
No, this is not confusing at all.
I don't even know where we are.
I'm waiting for
trying to use Google Maps. I don't know where I am with Google Maps.
So here we go. When we were there, we saw a chain that was coiled up on the ground, and a dog had done a poo on it. And we called that poo chain. And here's the thing. If you ever shit yourself, what do you want to be wearing? Pants.
Do you, though? Wouldn't you be better off without pants?
No, you want to contain it. So that
actually,
you can make
Kenny,
easy cleanup.
I'd like to hijack Sam's fact because did you know? Because it's actually preferable, according to Amazon, to poop without wearing pants than it is to poop wearing pants. Because the book Everybody Poops is rated 4.8, and the book Everybody Poops Their Pants is rated 4.7 out of 5.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I'll give you that one, Tom. Hold on.
Tom, could you please give us
I don't know.
the first time in a couple of facts about trousers?
Back into the legal world. A $10 dry cleaning bill for pants has ballooned into a $67 million bill for a dry cleaning company, which later was not a bill for them. Basically, a judge in Washington, D.C. lost a pair of pants. Washington, D.C. Washing his pants, D.C. But he wasn't washing his pants. A dry cleaner was washing his pants, and they lost his pants. And he was a judge, was about to do his first time at the bench. And yeah, they lost his pants. He couldn't wear his favorite suit on the bench, and he sued the dry cleaning company for mental suffering, inconvenience, and discomfort in that order. He says he was unable to wear his favorite suit on his first day of work, and he's suing them for 10 years of car rentals so that he can transport his dry cleaning to another store. And it's all around the idea, of like satisfaction guaranteed. That's like what he's suing them for. He later lost that suit, and the judge made him pay the legal fees of the dry cleaners that he tried to
didn't lose his suit. He
lost the suit.
only the half.
Wait, and he was a judge.
He was a judge,
and he lost the thing.
Just as a reminder, in America, a lot of judges are voted in rather than being appointed based on like merit or talent. So I feel like that's just worth bearing in mind.
Just like this podcast.
Hey, Kenny, can I point out something? Was this in Washington, D.C., Tom?
It was.
Kenny, Washington, D.C. Whose initials? D.C.? Dan Carter. Corso. That's right. Dan Carter, the rugby player. Who did he model jockey underwear / pants for? Oh, jockey, I said that.
Yeah, you said that.
So, pants, Dan Carter, bonus point for me, please. Dan Carter has signed this shirt right here, by the way. Bonus point.
Doja Cat. It's also Doja Cat.
Who
famously wears, I believe, arseless chaps.
Yeah, just chaps. Don't need to say arseless.
I am not going to give a bonus point to either of you. Again.
Okay, my fact is that the gate to the east, or the Gate of the Orient, is the second tallest building in Suzhou in China, and it stands just over 300 meters tall. It was intended to be a symbol of a gateway to the city. It's positioned at the axis of the Suzhou Old Town and the west bank of the Jinji Lake, so it's supposed to be like old meets new, crossing over, bringing itself into the new China. But the building is mostly famous because it looks like a giant pair of trousers.
Amazing.
And there was a very angry letter written from some place high up in the Chinese Communist Party to all the kind of town planners, just being like, stop it. Stop building silly projects. Stop it. But they're really cool and they look like a giant pair of trousers.
That's funny because I've got a pair of trousers that looks exactly like a building.
Oh, there
They're
you go. You need to
massive.
wash them.
No, Sam. Meg said it looks like you have an erection. That's what.
Yeah.
How do you like your asphalt? Do you like your asphalt at home? Do you like your asphalt in large public spaces? No matter how you like your asphalt, we have an asphalt operator for you. Asphalt on the tennis court. Asphalt on your drive. Asphalt on your deck. We'll spread it anywhere you like. Get your asphalt by Asphalt. It's even free if you ask nicely. Tom, it's over to you.
Great. I'd like to raise the tone just a little bit. And let's talk about maths. Yeah. Let's talk about maths, baby. So we're going to talk about maths, and we're going to talk about the topographical shape pair of pants. That is an actual shape in mathematics. It's called the pair of pants. And it is a pair of pants. Picture a rounded bit, and then the rounds of the pant legs, and then just kind of, you put a pair of pants and you kind of sew them together and then like put a fan in them so they kind of blow up. So that's basically what a pair of pants is, and that's the shape.
Is that your plan?
No. So what I love about this is the shape. This is the shape that they have like mathematically computed and all this stuff. And what I love about this is that it leads to some really interesting discussions around like what would be normally mathematics language, but with pants in there. So they got like pants as topological surfaces. That's fine. Pants decompositions. The pants complex. Elementary moves between pants decomposition. It's just the pants complex. I just love the idea of that. I have a pants complex. Probably after this show and probably after the Paris facts.
I thought the pants complex was that building that Jen was talking about.
Jen, over to you for the next pants-related or trousers-related fact, please.
Right, mine is two-pronged, which is that trousers save lives and make me break the law.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Victorian-era newspapers reported about female cyclists dying because of the lack of pants. So their skirts would blow up in their faces while they were cycling, and then because they were traveling so fast, like 15 miles an hour, they would then immediately capsize and die, hit their head on the cobbles, explode, whatever happens to women when they go that fast. I don't know. I've never traveled that fast in my life. And
Good.
So trousers saved lives by allowing women to cycle without massive amounts of cloth flopping in their faces the whole time. However, the utility of trousers for lady cyclists was recognised by some places almost to an unhelpful degree, which led to me breaking the law in the early 2000s when I visited Paris because I wore trousers in an unacceptable way. So technically, until 2013, it was illegal to wear trousers in Paris unless you were on a bike or a horse. And I was in Paris, and I wore trousers, and I was neither on a bike nor a horse.
Wow.
Oh, but
I was also in Paris, but I was on a horse the whole time.
Yeah, but you had a dick, so it's fine.
Sam, would you be able to lay on a trouser-related fact, please?
You know Chiang Kai-shek?
Yes.
So he died on April the 4th, 1975. Chiang Kai-shek, famous baddie. He was a baddie, right?
Not if you're Taiwanese. Well, maybe if you're native
That's
Taiwanese.
true. Yeah, that's true, and I am Taiwanese, so yep, you're right. Involved with China communist stuff, fighting.
Fought the communists.
Yeah.
Ended up running away to Taiwan.
Yeah.
And
he was the government in exile guy.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It was him versus Mao Zedong, basically.
Yeah.
And they ran off to Taiwan. And anyway, he died on April the 4th, 1975. And that same day,
David,
Zach Braff was born. Correct. Zach Braff, who played JD on Scrubs, presumably the spirit of Chiang Kai-shek carried from Chiang Kai-shek to Zach Braff. But I'm not Scrubs. I know Scrubs are like trousers and a shirt, but this isn't where it's about trousers. Because Zach Braff was in a show called Arrested Development that you may have seen, and I definitely have. And in that show, he shares a fantastic trait with a character called David Cross. The actor is called David Cross. The character is called Tobias Funke. They are both
Never
sufferers
nude.
of gymnophobia, aka they're never nudes, which are cut-offs, which are trousers cut off to be like pants, like how the British would say pants. So it's like both versions of pants. It's like double pants. And I talked about scrubs, which is kind of a 2.5 things about pants. Anyway, so my point is, I don't know what my point is.
All on my own.
I just don't know why you started with Chiang Kai-shek to get to that.
I was getting to pants. So Chiang Kai-shek died the day a Never Nude was born. See, I'm so confident in that smooth criminal factor with Michael Jackson that I'm just throwing shit out, hey?
I don't know where I am or who I am, but I have a quick fact for you.
Yeah, you've got a quick fact. That sounds wonderful at this point in time.
Okay. The Bible mentions pants, except it doesn't. So the King James Version of the Bible in Exodus 28:42, and you shall make them linen trousers to cover their nakedness from the loins even to the thighs. That's shorts, bitch.
That's shorts, yeah.
I love the idea of Jen going through at churches, opening all the Bibles and just scribbling in that shorts, bitch, that page.
Oh, you've seen my 7th form Bible, yeah.
I want to talk about Lycra. So Lycra increases the speed of cyclists by between 3.2 and 4%. Drivers will drive much closer to cyclists wearing Lycra and helmets. And the exact measurement that they get is they get 8.5% closer.
Lycra subscribe if you're a cyclist.
Yeah,
Vanilla Ice was paid $1 million to wear hammer pants. Boom, that was shorter than the intro to my fact.
I love it.
$1 million?
Mm-hmm.
By whom?
By his producers.
Who were
Was
they
he
paid by?
paid?
Who are they paid by? Vanilla Ice, pretty much. They make money off Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice paid for himself to wear.
No, it's because they were huge. It's basically because hammer pants were just so massive at the time that anyone wearing them was like a big kind of status thing.
So we've had a plethora of pants-related facts. We've had all sorts of different things, from SpongeBob being a surreptitious way into marine biology, through to judges suing for the right to wear pants, and everything. And Chiang Kai-shek, for some reason, despite the fact that he was an arrogant asshole about it, I think I do have to give Sam corduroy as the best fact of the day. Corduroy being worn by Michael Jackson, the king of pop, in a very, how can I say it, forecast way. It was the fact of the day.
Thank you very much. It is a huge honor to be the best at facts.
Yep. Despite all the other shit facts you came up with afterwards, that was great. Thank you all for coming along to our podcast. Like, comment, subscribe.
Bye, little panda fingers.